People all over the world are different. But in reality, humans are exactly the same no matter where you live. All humans have the same basic needs: to be safe, secure, have enough to eat, and have a happy life. There are many other wants, needs, and desires. But for now, let's just take a look at some things that apply to almost everyone during our workday. How do we prevent accidents? Through our behavior. Simple question, simple answer. We follow the safety rules, policies, and procedures. We work and act safely and don't take chances. We think about the job we're going to do and then perform that job in a safe and efficient manner. Okay, so what happens to these simple steps to cause accidents and injuries? Human behavior takes over, and if we are not diligent, our mind and body do things we know are incorrect, but for some special reason we go ahead and throw caution to the wind. Let's take a look at some of these things that could help create an unsafe act or cause an accident or injury. We've learned through the years that the vast majority of all accidents are caused by the unsafe acts of people. What do we mean by unsafe acts of people? It could be a lack of awareness and concentration. This would include stress, alcohol or drug use, fatigue, not thinking about the job or safety, or just not paying attention to your surroundings or what's going on around you. Unsafe acts could mean lack of knowledge or an improper use of equipment. If you're not sure about the equipment with which you're working, you should never undertake the job without specific training or understanding what and how you are going to perform the job. Your emotions could be clouding your thinking process. Emotions can range from enjoyment to being mad about something. Emotions can be good or bad, depending upon how you react to certain stimuli or experiences. If you're in a bad mood, you might do something you ordinarily would not do. If you're in a wonderful mood, this too could create a lack of concentration on the job at hand. You need to remain calm and attentive to what you are doing, rather than relying upon your emotions to do your thinking for you in many cases. Errors in judgment can lead to unplanned events such as an accident or injury. Safety requires your full attention, good judgment, and thinking of what you're doing. If you're not sure, ask questions or get more information. Overconfidence can lead to unsafe acts. You've been doing this job for 20 years and can do it with your eyes closed. That is an example of overconfidence and can lead to disaster. It is great to be confident about your job, yourself, your knowledge, and your abilities. However, when you become overconfident, it's easy to take a few chances or shortcuts, and then you start drifting into the area of unsafe acts. Ignoring safety rules and procedure are also a big part of accidents and injuries. You may know what to do and how to do it, but if you ignore safety, you're going to experience an accident or injury sooner or later. Everyone has seen people who take chances. These types of people exist in every company, no matter how large or small. They know the rules, have been properly trained, but they seem to take chances, ignore safety rules, or just don't seem to follow proper procedures. They are not only dangerous to themselves, but to persons around them. A good attitude is perhaps one of the most important parts of safety. A person with a good attitude about safety will be less likely to demonstrate an unsafe act, or will take steps to prevent an unsafe act from occurring. A good attitude can save your life or the lives of your coworkers. Maintain a good attitude about safety and follow the safety rules. It will pay big dividends. What does all this mean, and what does it have to do with safety? Everyone is different, and we all have different levels of self-esteem and ego, and we interact socially with friends, neighbors, and coworkers. Teamwork is very important in the workplace, as everyone must work together for a common goal. Safety is an important part of any job, and safety should be everyone's team goal. Let's concentrate on the workplace and personal safety. Over the many years that insurance companies and others have been collecting accident and injury statistics, the data has concluded that the vast majority of accidents and injuries have been caused by unsafe acts. Workers taking shortcuts, not following safety procedures, ignoring warnings and rules, and in general not taking safety into consideration. These injured people were interested in doing the job, working as efficiently as possible, but were working in an unsafe manner. Let's use an example of a worker ignoring some very basic safety rules when using a ladder. You can see the ladder is not the proper size for the job. It does not provide any measure of safety when getting onto or off the roof where work is to be performed. If the person had fallen, would the ladder be the cause of the accident? No. The ladder was in good condition and designed to do a particular job. It was just too short for this job. The worker was using an unsafe act to get on and off the roof. This is an unsafe act and an accident waiting to happen. What about a person working in an area where sparks or other hazards could fly into the eye, causing an injury? Is it the work that is unsafe? Certainly. The company should try to reduce the flying sparks or other hazards through engineering of the equipment to eliminate the hazards. However, if this cannot be accomplished, then safety glasses should be worn. If a person is not wearing the proper eye protection, that is an unsafe act. One of the more common injury experiences is a slip and fall. Floors can become slippery through use, grease, dirt, and other items, or there may be hazards such as torn carpet or cords on the floor. Obviously, the floor should be maintained in good condition and never slippery, and cords must not create tripping hazards. So if you slip and fall, is that an unsafe act? Absolutely. The reason for this being an unsafe act is that it is your responsibility to watch where you are walking. Watching out for slippery floors, debris, grease on the floor or your shoes, changes in elevation, torn carpeting, and any cords or other obstructions that could cause you to slip and fall. Slips and falls are unsafe acts of the individual, even if there are physical hazards on the working surface. How about tripping as you walk upstairs? Is that an unsafe act? Absolutely. Even if there is torn carpeting or there is something on the stair treads, it is an unsafe act if you trip. The reason for this is all stairs have handrails. You are supposed to use the handrails when you walk up or down stairs. In case you do trip, your hand on the handrail will prevent you from falling and injuring yourself. Let's use one more example, and it will be difficult to convince you that it is an unsafe act. Almost everyone knows how to lift properly. Bend your knees and don't bend your back. Fairly simple. But how many people use the proper method of lifting safely every time they lift anything? If you know the proper lifting technique, and you use it every time you lift something, no matter how light or heavy the object is, it is almost impossible to hurt your back. If you have been properly trained and know how to lift safely, back injury should be classified as unsafe acts. Maybe you're sleeping on the wrong bed and your back hurts. Find an adequate bed so it does not affect your back. If an object is too heavy or odd-sized, get some help or use mechanical lifting devices. There is no need to experience back injuries at work. We could give you 1,000 examples like this, but having good health, feeling good about your work, understanding the job, and wanting to be free of injuries and illness will help you resist the temptation of unsafe acts or unsafe behavior. What's important is for you to act professionally in every job you perform, from the beginning to the end. If you act professionally and don't take shortcuts and follow safety rules and company policy and procedures, your chances of experiencing an accident or injury will be reduced by at least 85%. Always follow your company's safety policies, procedures, and work rules. Don't you wish that everyone, including people driving automobiles and trucks, would have a good safety attitude? Accidents and injuries would soon disappear. It's true that accidents can be prevented. There is no reason for accidents and injuries. It takes as much effort to cause an accident as it does to prevent an accident. Make the effort to prevent rather than cause an accident.